Okay, got a bunch of updates on a bunch of Rainbow stuff, so let's just run through all of them. First thing, Beast Coast says our new R6 roster hiding from Reddit, and then it's the scene from Euphoria with the girl hiding in the bathtub. And okay, responding to this was Oreos, and he, supposedly leaked the roster. It's another troll post, I'm sure. It'll be interesting to see if these actually turn out to be the new members of the roster. Certainly Anthony will be on the roster, and then Surf had played with them, but I'm not sure if he was like officially going to be on the roster or if he officially was on the roster in any capacity when he was, playing with them. But anyways, so Surf and Anthony, and then in addition, Sweater, Yardy, and Slash. So Slash is a player he played back on Rogue and Reciprocity and whatnot, and he sort of stepped away from the game, and now he's back. He's looking for a team, so maybe he'll be on Beast Coast. We'll see. And then Yardy, of course, was on Xset not too long ago, dropped, and he's back. And then Sweater, I talked about him in a previous video. He was banned for a little while. He just got unbanned not too long ago. And Sweater and Yardy actually played on the precursor to Xset on Rent Free together. And then Yardy and Thomas and Filthy, along with Creators and Butters, became Xset. And then Sweater and Prophecy were the other two members on Rent Free that did not go to Xset. And okay, it looks like it'd be an interesting lineup. Solid lineup in a lot of respects, so we'll see if some number of these players are actually on there. And again, I'm sure Anthony will be on there, and then we'll just have to see about the other four. And okay, so that's that. Moving on to the next thing, we have CCS Esports announcing the talent for the North American Closed Qualifier for the Six Invitational. CCS is the organization that's hosting the qualifier. So we have Blue, Stokes, Caliber Jacob, and CDAPS. So looking forward to that. This is about what I expected. Maybe it could have been a little bit different, but definitely I was anticipating Blue and Stokes, and then for the other two, not sure. So I don't know if they're doing a desk or anything, or if it's just going to be like some number of these guys passing to each other and whatnot. Sort of like how they did the EU one, where it was just Fluke and Hap and Anne, and they just sort of switched around. Probably they'll do something like that. So right, that's coming up on Saturday in just a few days. And moving on to the next thing, we have. Right, Faceit and ESL both were acquired by a Saudi Arabian company. Actually, I don't remember what they're called. It might say it somewhere down here. Something group, and so now they are merging all the ESL Faceit group is the new name. Very catchy, very to the point. Excited to share with all of you that we are merging with ESL. Right, they bought ESL for like $1 billion, and they bought Faceit for $500 million. Now they're merging them. And maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's not a good thing, and I don't really even want to go down the rabbit hole of the whole Saudi Arabia group. I don't know if the group is adjacent to the government. I don't know what the deal is there, but a lot of people are concerned for the human rights aspect of it, and probably rightfully so, but I don't really want to go into all that. I'm sure you can find details on it if you're curious and want to concern yourself with it. All right, so moving on, Rainbow Six Siege, the official Twitter account here. They released the Year 6 Season 4.2 patch, and this post was 2 days ago, so it was yesterday even that this patch would have gone up. And they are laying the groundwork for, apparently this is not in the game yet, but I think for Year 7 Season 1, so we're still that'll be the next season, after SI. So the next coming up season, not the one that we're currently in the midst of, verification to access ranked. So you're basically going to have to associate a phone number with your account to play ranked so that you can do two-factor authorization. And let me just move on to the next tab so I can talk about this. And there's a lot of people saying stuff like this, and it's all fun and games until the cheaters find a way to get your number through this and start spam calling you. So right, there is that concern. The cheaters seem to have, numerous resources and numerous ways to access your information, and first they were posting your IP address and coordinates, and now, phone number added to the mix. I don't know, maybe it'll be secure, maybe it won't be. And then I think people are also concerned about the robustness of the thing, that a lot of people are saying that this won't really make a significant difference because you can just use some sort of service to get a temporary phone number and use that. But then other people are saying that if this is actually a robust, for lack of another word, service, that it should be able to negate some of that, it shouldn't be so easily worked around. I guarantee there's going to be some amount of workarounds, but if nothing else, it should reduce the number of cheaters and smurfs just because it's going to make it some amount harder to do so. So, right, moving on to the next thing. New roster. This is Beastly, who was on Aerial Rise before, and I talked about this. They had Kento, Diaz Lucas, and Gomez on the roster, in addition to Beastly and Wimpy, but the first three I just mentioned, they left. So this is apparently not actually Aerial Rise. I guess the org is no longer a part of it. But two of the members held the license and picked up three other players. So Beastly and Wimpy being joined by Jolton, Lobin, and Arrow. So it looks like a pretty solid roster. Maybe not a top flight roster, but maybe we'll have to see. Again, Arrow put up very good stats before. And then I'm not too sure about Lobin, but Wimpy, Jolton, and Beastly are all sort of Challenger League veterans. And right, so looking for an organization to represent for the future. So that's how you know that Aerial Rise isn't exactly a thing anymore. Right, okay. Moving on, we have another Rainbow Six Siege thingy. Today we begin our soft launch of Privacy Mode, formerly known as Streamer Mode, new, improved, and back from the drawing board after improvements made based on community feedback. So why a soft launch? And I don't really want to look at all the details. Of course, you can just go check this post out here. Just go to, I guess, Twitter and go to the Rainbow Six page, and you can find this whole thread. And they talk about it a lot, more than I actually care to cover, really. I guess you can kind of, I'll show. Feel free to pause it, but then, I guess that's the end of it. So, right. If you pause it there, you can take a look at that. It seems cool. Hopefully it actually works. You could just appear as you, or you can set your nickname. So it should just make it a little bit harder for random people to notice that it's a certain person and then to go and stream snipe them or harass them or whatever, because you will then be anonymous. So hopefully it works. And then I think I saw somebody concerned if the plugins for the game, like R6 Tracker and whatever, will still identify the person. I'm sure they will. Maybe they won't, because tons of people use that, and they'll instantly be able to be like, oh, it's this person. Let me do my heinous activities I was intending to do. Okay, so hopefully this is good. We'll see. And all right, Kickstart Put On Plane. So a bunch of people have talked about this now. This was the first person I saw post it. So this is the tweet that I used, right? So this is a little bit of a video, but you could see it was moving around to prove that this wasn't like edited on there, I guess, Photoshop on there. But nice little tribute. This is in the entrance to the cargo hold on plane, and this is where Kickstar got that really famous ace. Probably one of the first aces in the game, and I don't recall if it was in a competitive environment, but if it was, perhaps one of the first, or the first ace in competitive environment. Anyways, very, very famous clip if you haven't seen it, and a nice little tribute there. Okay, a lot of people were very happy about that. And okay, this is in Portuguese, so I can't read it, but you can sort of infer what it says. It says the LATAM closed qualifier for the Six Invitational will take place online from the 31st of January to the 1st of February. So of course the dates are reversed if you're used to the month and then day variation. But right, last day of January, first day of February. But this isn't very important because the thing I'm about to show, and I don't know if this was like official or if this was like some leaked stuff or if they changed their mind. You'll see here. This was, where is it? Yeah, it was posted at 9 a.m. on the 25th, which is yesterday. But then the next thing was posted later that day at 3 p.m. So like 6 hours later. And again, I don't know if that other thing was official, but this thing is official. New update. And well, because they're saying new update, maybe it was, they changed their mind over the course of that 6 hour span. New update on the 6th Invitational 2022 LATAM closed qualifier. So, right, you can read all this, but what it says is that the closed qualifier will be played in Stockholm, Sweden on those same days, on the 31st of January and the 1st of February. These are the days right after the North American qualifier, which will still be played online. So this is Monday and Tuesday, whereas the North American one is on Saturday and Sunday. So a Saturday and Sunday, and then the next 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, these will be played. And right, Caller Jacob and then a bunch of other people are concerned. They don't, because they don't mention it here, but maybe they don't actually know for sure. For these reasons, it's very unclear which teams actually will compete, because some teams don't have access to their full rosters and some teams are just like seemingly fully disbanded. So we'll have to see which teams are actually taking part in this. But you also must note that teams have to travel, the teams that this apply to travel from like Brazil and South America and whatnot to Sweden to play in this qualifier. And then if you lose, you just go home. Like you just game all that way just to play a qualifier. If you win, you stay in Sweden and then you play in SI like, you know, a week later. But if you lose, you had to just come to the other side of the world for that. That's tough. It's gonna be a tough loss to eat for whichever teams lose. And you know, okay, right. That's the last thing I have here, and so I hope nothing crazy came out after I'm recording this or while I'm recording this or anything. But the news seemed to have slowed down. Still waiting to see on the roster updates for the official one for Beast Coast and Exet and Astralis and whatever other ones we'll see. And then also, I guess, you know, in a week's time, we'll see who the representative from North America will be and who the representative from LATAM will be for the Six Invitational from the closed qualifiers. And right, I guess I'll end it here. If you have any comments, leave them below. If you have any questions, let me know. And with all of that being said, I will catch you in the next video.